Hey guys, Auspicious Aussie here, and welcome to episode 47 of the Berlin Dynamo series. Today's episode, of course, it's the end of season. Going to go over two games as well as sort of the player stats and the important players this season. It's been a weird season. It's been a weird one. Transition from sort of using our own tactic that I developed, the 4-4-2, into using other tactics. I mean, we'll go over the recent fixtures. I don't really think much has changed. Obviously, we had some really bad form patches using our own tactic. I think that was the last game that I used it. I believe so. Let me check that actually. Yeah, so that was the last game. I mean, you look at it. Obviously, the defense is pretty dreadful at that point, but I mean, we were scoring goals ourselves. We changed to 5 at the back, lost the first game. Going forward, kept a clean sheet, started losing, lost 3 in a row. Changed the tactic to the one we're currently using, which is again is a 4-4-2, but it's a bit more, a bit strange, more strange than, or it's a 4-2-4 really. A lot more strange than the tactic that I created. Anyway. Since then, you know, we've had decent results, of course. Last episode was St. Pauli and Dusseldorf. Pretty good episode, to be honest. We didn't lose, which was a lot better than the previous two. We followed that up with a 1-1 draw against Elversberg. Probably a game we deserve to lose, I would say. As you can see, Clayton with a 7.7 definitely kept us in this one. He saved the penalty. They had 2 disallowed offside goals. We actually opened the scoring at the end of the first half there through Gel. Prevel getting an assist as well for himself. And then they got an equaliser. But like I said, very even, pretty even XG as well. And we take the draw, I guess. We followed that up with a 2-1 loss at home against our rivals Magdeburg. Of course, we're still sharing their stadium, I believe, until the start of next season, which I'm looking forward to. I'm pretty sure it's next season when we get our new stadium, so that'll be interesting. I'll double check that after we go over the fixtures here. But Jabali opened the scoring for us. Had a second goal there, disallowed offside. They then got a goal back before halftime. Very frustrating stuff. Had a second goal disallowed in the game for them this time, and then in the 90th minute, they managed to find the breakthrough. Again, frustrating. We had higher XG. They had, way more shots, 22-12, but the same amount on target. So, yeah, very frustrating to essentially lose 2 points in the 90th minute yet again this season. We then managed a 3-0 victory over Gruther Firth. Very happy with this result. Just dominated them from start to finish, really. As you can see, the back line actually played really well. It's amazing. It's incredible. Kept a clean sheet as well. But yeah, Gel getting himself 2 goals there, and then Dantas on the score sheet as well, which isn't really very common at the moment. And the most recent game played was a 2-0 loss against Hamburg. They're in second place at the moment, which I'll go over the league table in a second, but they do have a game in hand, and they're tied on the same amount of points as the current first team. Yeah, lost 2-0. I guess we deserved it. I guess so. They had 4 shots on target. Clayton had a 6.3, conceded 2 goals. It is what it is. Brobby, once again, getting a late goal. All right, we'll go into the league table here quickly. I'll show you the top as well. So Darmstadt, 60 points. Hamburg, like I said, game in hand, also on 60 points. And then you have St. Pauli, 2 points behind them as well. Karlsruhe, slightly behind St. Pauli. Probably need to win both of their games to even sort of stand a chance at getting the playoff promotion spot. Clubs relegated, we've got Nuremberg and Paderborn. Of course, we're versing Paderborn in that last game of this season. So the second game today. Need to get a win there. We find ourselves in 11th at the moment, so not ideal. Obviously, we've lost 2 games since last episode, Magdeburg and then Hamburg. frustrating, but we're only 2 points behind Heel, who we are taking on in the first game today. So a win over them, massive. We draw. It is what it is. I don't know. I don't really see us actually getting 9th position this season, which is what I wanted to do originally, but we still could. Mathematically, we have to win both games, though. And again, hope results go our way. So, yeah. It's weird, considering where we were last season, just missing out on the playoffs. It's weird to have a bad season following that. It's just kind of strange to me. Anyway, today's lineup, I did say I was actually going to check the stadium, so I'll do that quickly and move the face cam up the top there. I think I left it down the bottom last episode. Negative. It's the season after 2032 before we move into the 15,000 capacity stadium. So another season in Magdeburg's home ground. Hopefully it'll be our last season in 2 Bundesliga as well. I definitely want to try and push promotion next season. I know it's not a very good sort of building block at the moment, but we'll have to see what we can do, I guess, and not hope and pray, but we'll be, I guess, in maybe a better position, especially financially. I'll show you the finances as well. It's looking pretty bleak. 2.6 mil in the red. I mean, by the end of this season, once we get our prize money, we'll be 3.24. But again, you know, it's that debt that we took out. If we didn't build the new stadium, we just remained in Magdeburg Stadium, we would be in such a better position because we're losing 275,000 on top of the costs that we already have, and it's just not good. Anyway, Gel and Jabali up top, Pavicic right wing, Mera is going to come in on the left wing. Barry's been pretty disappointing, to be honest. Then Haji's been given a new contract. He's got a pretty decent pay increase, but I think going forward in the next season, he's going to be very important because I think I'm going to play with centre mids. I think we're going to go back to a 4-3-3, probably with a defensive midfielder. I've been looking at other tactics as well to use, so we'll look at doing that potentially. I think he'll be a big part of it. Dantas as well, depending on the position we play down there. But again, he can also play centre mid. Not exactly ideal in that position either, but you know, he's not terrible. Anyway, other members, we've got Traore, he's going to be at left back. We've got Shiloh at right back. Again, definitely a position I'm going to look to try and strengthen along with that left inside forward. And then centre backs, we've got Mputhi, who's sort of returning to the squad. I look at his physicals and I'm like, this guy, he should be doing better. He's got 12 passing as well. He kind of fits the bill. He's 192 centimeters. He should not be playing badly, in my opinion. Mateus as well. They should be really good centre backs with each other. So we'll see how they do. Clayton's in goals, and we've got a lot of unfit players in the team, or on the bench at least. Not really in the team. Just going to say that I expect better from them today. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Puthi's header goes over the bar. I think it would be important to win this game. At least if we win this one, potentially win the second one, we'll actually go into 10th place, which at a minimum I think would be good considering, I guess, form from that second half of the season point or just prior to it was dreadful and definitely sort of tanked our season. I think early season we were really, really good, and it's just a little bit frustrating that we definitely fell off, and that was partly because of my tactic. Ooh, Pavicic also almost getting on the score sheet there. And then it's just been a weird season. Obviously, Jabali came in. I could have brought Rosema back. I decided not to. He was one of the only loans that I've ever seen that I could actually bring back instead of them saying they want to test him in a different environment. Unfortunately, that's offside there from Gel. But that was looking like an easy tap in for Jabali. Very frustrating. And now Kiel are coming forward. We're going to win the ball back, though. Jabali back to Dantas. Puthi. I'm hoping with me giving him, more game time towards the end of the season, he won't be as upset for not playing, because we've had a few of those recently. Anyway, Gel. This is the thing with this tactic, right? It's so attacking, but at the same time, I feel like we're so much less clinical, and I don't really understand why. I don't get it. I feel like, you look here, we've got 7 shots on target, right? 7 on target. However, we're not scoring. Whereas with previous tactic I was using, we were scoring, and I don't know. I mean, we were conceding by this point as well, so I'll try not to get too upset that we're not actually winning the game yet. But we'll make a sub here. Traore's not doing too well at the moment. We don't have a left back on the bench because Revel's actually, I think he's suspended at the moment. I might actually leave him out there. End of the season, I think we can actually sort of limp through without him. I'm going to take Gel off, though, for Perea. Perea might be leaving the club. I think I want to give the South Korean bloke that we signed at the start of this season, I think I want to give him some game time. He might actually be out on loan until January, potentially. I didn't really check that loan deal out too much, if it was 6 months or if it was the end of the season for South Korea. All right, Shiloh's got a throw. Goes to Jabali. I don't like Jabali going that far back, if that makes sense. Anyway, Senhaji up to Perea. Traore. Good cross. Jabali, 1-0. Don't be offside. I don't think it is offside. He looked level. But again, the camera angle sort of skewed a little bit. And it is awarded. So we are 1-0 up. 83rd, 84th minute. Yeah, sweet. Puthi not playing too well, which is strange considering, we haven't conceded a goal. Both him and Shiloh on 6.5s. Now Pavicic is injured. We'll go Barry and we'll swap him and Mira. More natural for both of them anyway. And there we go, 1-0 victory. We will take that. And Traore, 8.2, man of the match as well, despite being injured for that one. So, yeah, that's weird. We do get bumped up into 10th place. And potentially even a win on this in this last game and a loss for both Bochum and Dresden will put us above them. So there's still a lot to play for. That's a 2-week injury for Traore, but you know what? I'm not really fussed. So, it is what it is. Anyways, I'll skip forward the 7 days and join you guys back for the lineup against Paderborn. All right, let's get into the lineup for Paderborn here. There's a couple of changes. So Prevel's coming at left back. Obviously, Traore is injured. Pavicic just recovering from his injury. So Mera's moved to the right side. Then Barry's come in on the left side as the inside forwards. Romero's also come in at right back for Shiloh, who isn't playing well still. Romero's also not playing too great himself, but I'll show you Romero's profile. So that's what he looks like now. He's improved a lot. Physicals are still pretty dreadful. He's not great going forward, but defensively, passing wise, position wise, he looks good. So it's kind of weird to me that he's not actually performing too well. Same sort of thing for Prevo. Prevo hasn't really developed too much further from where he was in 3-leaguer. Really disappointing with his positioning as well. Bit of a downside to him. Anyway, let's get into it. Paderborn, they are currently in last place. We need to win this game to potentially go into either 9th place or 8th place. If we lose, it's not going to be great. So I definitely don't want to lose out there today. I was very happy to get the win last game, so looking to hopefully back that one up and realistically go out there and hopefully score a few goals. They're a very central team, Paderborn. Like a 4-3-3, but everything's central. I'm assuming they probably roam from position. That's Augustin as well. That's our former player. And they've hit the post there, but it's going to be offside anyway. Not a great start for us. They're definitely playing way better than us at the moment. So I'm assuming they're very possession-based, as they do have, well, they're dominating possession at the moment, but they've just got those really nice sort of tight triangles with the formation they're playing. Puthi now. Out to Romero. Decent cross. No one on the end of it, though. Barry with a... Oh, that's a decent cross. Goalkeeper spilt it. Yeah, we find ourselves 1-0 up. Puthi with a nice ball up to Mira. Good pass. Offside, maybe? Bagel? He might be offside, but that was a really good cross there from Mira. I hope he's onside, just so Mira gets the assist there. Disallowed. He did look slightly offside. Yeah, against the run of play so far, we're looking okay. We've got one goal disallowed as well. And we're coming forward yet again. Puthi. Senhaji. Out wide to Romero. Of course, the attacking wingback. Gel, I think he's onside for that one. I think he stayed just behind the defender for his run. But a very good cross there from Romero. That one's awarded. Yeah, I figured that one, it looked a little bit better than the previous one. Yeah, Gel looking pretty deadly out there today. And we're 2-0 up in half time. Very good stuff. Again, we should be beating Paderborn 100%. So I'm not going to go too crazy. A clean sheet would be nice. We kept one in the last game, so 2 for 2 to end the season would be all right. Barry, ooh. I think Jabali sort of got in Gel's way there. I personally think that's Gel's goal all day long. Anyway, we're looking good. We're looking positive. Senhaji's on a yellow card. We'll leave him for a second here. Gives the ball away, though. And Romero puts it in the back of the net for his first goal this season. It's kind of a strange goal, that one. Very strange. But hey, Romero, he's playing well. He's got himself a goal, got himself an assist. He's man of the match at the moment. So I might actually take him off for Cruz. We'll just do that. I think Cruz would actually be a half-decent centre midfielder for next season. So we'll see how he plays out there. He's another player that was a bit upset with his playing time recently. So, oof. That was a crossbar hit. That was a beautiful shot. Man. I feel sorry for Mera. He's on a 6.6, but he set up that goal that was disallowed. And it was a beautiful cross. Romero goes back to Clayton. Goes out to Prevel. And we're coming forward yet again. Barry goes back to Matheus. That's Romero. And Romero, yeah, he goes inside. It's a triple inside, and that's got to be a goal. I don't think that's offside because he didn't touch it. So Prevel, is that Prevel's first goal of the season? I honestly don't know. I have no idea. Mira, oh Mira, you've got to shoot low. Get it on target, mate, please. That would have been his first goal, I think, as well. Anyway, we're 4-0 up. We're cruising. We're looking good. I'm happy. I'm a very happy man. And Gel's put it in the back of the net there as well. That's don't rule it offside. Can we at least finish off with a big victory here today? 5-0 would be perfect. Yes, Gel with a second goal for himself. You love to see it. Hey, we're finishing the season off on a positive. That's what did Barry just do there? He just left the ball behind. I don't want to concede. That's a good save. Big up Clayton, the Englishman. Their corner goes in the box. Augustin almost scores a goal against his former club, but Clayton, big hands. Happy days. All right, we're approaching the 80th minute. Very prone to concede in this time. But we're 5-0 up and we're cruising, baby. We're looking good. Positive going into next season. Very positive. All right, very happy with the way we played, to be honest. That was clinical. Absolutely clinical. And look at that. Look at that. We finish in 9th place above Dresden. Get in there. I achieved my goal. I said 9th place at the start of the season. I said I want to be at least in that top half, and we did just that. Finished right on the cusp of 9th place. Romero, man of the match, will praise him as well. Not very often we actually praise him for a performance. I think that might be the first time ever. And we get 9.58 million for achieving 9th place, giving us a 6.8 mil bank balance. Looking very, very healthy there. So I like that. I'm sort of... It is still slightly lower than the previous season. But then again, we theoretically got more money because we finished in 4th place last season. So we'll go back to that. We'll have a look. So yeah, 4th place there. 61 points. And then this season we finished on 48. So it's a pretty big difference. 13 points is pretty big. And if you look at the points total we had last season, 61 points, that's promotion this season. So that's insane. We got very unlucky last season, of course. Super unlucky. Augsburg going up. Regensburg even taking that other spot. Yeah, there we go. Top half finish. Like I said, it was my goal. Very happy. Let's go into the player stats real quick. Not going to go sort of too crazy in depth. Our 5 best performers of the season were Pavicic, Dantas, Priore, who only played 5 sub-appearances. Actually played really well, Priore. Interesting. I probably should have played him a little bit more, to be honest. He's more of a natural sort of defensive midfielder as well. Probably the reason why. Yeah, 5 sub-appearances for him. 7.10 is the same average rating as Dantas and Pavicic. Got himself a goal and 2 assists in that many games. Pretty crazy. Below him, we got Mbala and then Gel in behind those guys as well. Jabali and Gel, very sort of similar average ratings. 6.97 for Gel and Jabali with a 6.94. Pretty good. Jabali only played 19 starts with 9 sub-appearances, getting himself 10 goals. 2 assists there as well for him. And then Gel, 33 games started, only 13 goals. 3 assists there as well. But I want to have a quick look. What was his tally? He had 10 more goals last season. Sort of goes to show how much he fell off this season. Just wasn't quite right. Anyway, Pavicic up the top, tied with Dantas. He had 23 starts, 3 sub appearances. He got 8 goals, so that's a decent return. Pavicic, he does pop up with a goal every now and then, so I'm happy for that. Only 3 assists though, not really good for a winger / inside forward. And then Dantas in midfield, 33 starts, 6 goals for him, which is pretty good for a midfielder. And then the 10 assists, getting our highest assists for the season as well. So I'm pretty happy with that. All around, you look at other performers, we've got Barry down here, 4 goals, 5 sub appearances. Pretty good average rating over the course of the season, obviously fluctuating, but 6.9, 6.90 with 17 starts. And then above him, we've got Senhaji, 17 starts. Sorry, Senhaji, 26 starts, apologies, 4 sub appearances. Only 5 goals and only 3 assists there for Senhaji. Probably this tactic probably doesn't favour his abilities as much. I feel like he did a lot better last season as well. Let's have a look at that. He wasn't here last season, but back in 3 Liga he did worse. So disregard everything I just said. But yeah, Senhaji is a very good player. I have no doubt that next season, if we do play him as a centre midfielder, I think he'll be quite good. He's got the good defensive stats, good passer, good vision, good everything. He's only 23, so still more room for him to improve, and he's already been improving this season. And the final player I want to talk about is Juan Perea. 16 starts, 13 sub appearances for him, 8 goals. He was our top goal scorer for the first half of the season. And I thought we might have been onto something with him as well, but the goals dried up, and I don't think he scored another goal from that point. I did sort of drop him as well, so fair play to him. He didn't really get much opportunity, but 3 assists in there as well, and a 6.90 for him over the course of the season. So yeah, it is what it is. That's pretty much a roundup of everything really. Again, I've mentioned it previously. I'm going to look to strengthen the right back position. I pretty much have to. Inside forwards potentially as well. I do like Pavicic. I do think he's really good, especially in that sort of inside forward role. I definitely need a new left winger and potentially another backup to Pavicic, or at least someone to challenge him going forward. Thinking about other positions, centre-back's obviously one that we need to address as well. Mateus, who was probably our best defender this season, is only on loan. Take a quick look at that and see if I can actually offer him another loan extension. And we can't. And that is because of the termination earlier this season for the left back that we had from Benfica. So yeah, we're kind of screwed in that regard. I'm going to look for more loan signings next season because obviously we had Dos Santos. He would have been really good in that centre midfielder position going forward next season. So I might actually, so they want him to be tested in a different environment now. So a little bit frustrating, but I think that now we're more settled. We're going to get a reputation increase for staying in Bundesliga to Bundesliga for another season. With that reputation increase, we might be able to get better players on loan into the club that will get us promoted. That's the goal. The goal is next season to get promoted. I literally don't care how we do it. We come third, we make the playoff, and we win. I don't care if we do it that way. Obviously, I want to do it automatically. Do not want to go through playoffs because there is room for heartbreak. Anyway, that is going to wrap up Season 8, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed. Luckily, we managed to achieve what I said I wanted to at the start of the season. we didn't really look like we were ever going to be relegation candidates this season, so that's a positive. Anyways, guys, smash a like on the video if you did enjoy. Subscribe to the channel as well. Apart from that, as always, take it easy. I'll see you for next season.